Hello, everyone. Welcome back to our 31 Days of Halloween here on the channel. Today is day 5, October 5th. We are talking about a movie that I haven't seen in a long time. It's called The Others. It stars Nicole Kidman, and it is such an amazingly non-talked about movie. I'm surprised this movie doesn't have more of people just talking about how well this movie is made and how great this movie actually, in terms of just plot, story, acting, all around is. Like, this movie is awesome. So without further ado, let's get into it. So, Anthony, you have not seen The Others until now, right?
Yeah, I have not seen The Others, and this was a first-time watch for me, and man, this movie was excellent. Like, I'm going to first start off by saying the pacing all the way from start to finish is good. Like, it's solid through the whole time. Also, Nicole Kidman acts her heart out in this movie. She's excellent. And it has a really good story, and it's got a plot twist at the end, what we'll get into.
Yeah. It's got one of the best plot twists that I've seen in a movie recently, even though it's a little bit older movie, but what was it, like 2000 something? Very, very good plot twist. And I miss when movies kind of did plot twists like this. We don't get very many these days. It's kind of a lot of movies, specifically horror movies, until I'd say the last couple of years, kind of been following the same formula for a while. So it was nice to have something new, something refreshing with this movie, because you really don't see it coming.
You know, the plot twist is really well executed, and I think it's because just a theory I have. It's just because of the way the story is written, so the plot twist actually makes sense when it comes. I mean, that's what I noticed.
Yeah. So do you give us a rundown of how this movie goes?
This movie starts off with Nicole Kidman. Her husband is off to war, and she's in this estate. I don't know where it's. I think it's London or somewhere in England or something. She hires these housekeepers because there's no housekeepers, and their children have some sort of disease that if they're exposed to light, then they freak out or they burn or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And so all the blinds are shut in the house. They hire these people. One's a groundskeeper, one's just a caretaker, and one's a woman that's mute.
Yeah.
The first part of the movie, these characters are introduced, and then they go through the whole routine of the house with the housekeepers saying this and that. The doors need to be locked. Like, there's a thing with doors and stuff like that. And they go through that, and then after that, things start really happening. There's also good parts when Nicole Kidman's with her children, and she's a really religious person. Mm-hmm. It seems like they were doing Bible studies with the children, and they were talking about, heaven and hell and purgatory and all that stuff. And you get the housekeeper. It kind of nods to it because she kind of says, well, that blah, 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 blah. And it kind of hints to it, but you don't really catch it till the plot twist comes. But yeah, it's really well executed the whole time. Until you get to there, things start happening, like doors start closing, especially where it really starts happening. The disturbances happen in the piano room. I think that's when it first starts. And then, it just opens up from there. There's good shots. There's just good shots in this movie, hallway shots. The suspense with the music and the score is really good. There's also good acting between the housekeeper and Nicole Kidman when she tries to explain, and she's terrified because there's pictures of dead people in the house, and there's a history of this house, and we'll go into that a little bit more.
Yeah. So exactly. And the children, they kind of like are the the plot point around this haunted house movie, as they see to be having conversations with people that you can't see, and of course,
That's right, Victor.
yeah, and so Nicole Kidman, of course, caring so much about her children. Um, if you see your children making up stuff, talking about some person that's not there, like you get concerned, but it's sometimes it's play, sometimes it's not. So she definitely tries to keep her kids in line, specifically her daughter, um, because she's like, no, you're making stuff up, blah blah blah. There's nobody there, like throughout the film, and you definitely get a lot of not now that you mentioned that, like you do get a lot of knowing what the plot twist is, you get a lot of nods towards it throughout the movie, now thinking back on it. And by the way, like full spoiler alert for anybody who actually wants to know, stick around. But like if you don't, I highly recommend this movie. But the plot twist is that similar to like The Sixth Sense. They the family in fact is all deceased. So it is interesting at the end to see that the living are what is haunting these ghosts that have been stuck in this manner. So
Yeah, and it's really well executed the whole time. You have the housekeeper trying, like I said, tell you, hey, you guys are deceased, and then they find out because the kids sneak out,
mhm.
and there's the graves outside. They're like, don't come over here, and they
do.
start walking towards them, and they had the groundskeeper. The groundskeeper hints to it too. He's like, well, I guess I'm gonna have to take the leaves off the headstones to let them know that this is they're deceased, and it's also crazy because at the end you actually you find out what happened to her and the children. Like, I think she was probably stir crazy because her husband went off to war. You see the husband comes back.
He does come back. Yeah.
The funny part is um she doesn't know, and she starts, oh, I'm gonna meet my husband, or I'm gonna go to town, and she keeps walking, and there's no town because the fog keeps rolling and rolling and rolling, and she finds her husband in the fog. So it's kind of cool. That whole sequence is cool. Yeah, it's just a cool plot twist. Okay, back to what I was saying before I talked about the husband. The apparently she went stir crazy and she shot herself with a shotgun, and she killed her two children. And she questioned, I think she questions her faith. Like there's a scene where she's against the wall and she's got both kids with her, and I think she's questioning, it's like, am I in purgatory? Am I in hell? What is happening to me? Where am I? And they kind of question their faith, like, where are we?
Yeah.
So I just thought this was really well executed at the end.
Nicole
Like, you don't see
Kidman,
it cut in. You don't see this coming at all. And then you find out through the seance that they're haunted by the living. Like, there's a seance, the living's there. They can't stand this house being, they feel like they're living with other people, so obviously then they know the house is haunted. And there's also that scene where Nicole Kidman's daughter like puts on her communion dress, and then they're having a seance. So there's like I said, they go into the body of the child, and it's not her, and she's like, you're not my daughter.
You're not my daughter.
You're not my daughter. So yeah, this movie is a trip, but it's a really good watch. Like, it's worth your time.
Yeah, and it just checks all the boxes. It's really great. Cinematography is excellent. I think that a lot of the steady shots in this film really do justice of the eeriness that's happening around the house. And there's a lot of cool camera work, I think, and also the sound design is great. It's really, really good all around movie. Always coming back to Nicole Kidman, really, she just is phenomenal. She's really great actress, and I feel like she does acts her heart out in every role that she's really in. But this one is definitely a standout, especially for an actor that you don't see do much horror. So she did fantastic. Um, but yeah, I what would you give this film?
I don't know what it got critically. It should have gotten more than it probably did. I don't know
It
what it
got
did.
an 84% on Rotten Tomatoes and I think like a 7.6 on IMDb. So
That's pretty good. For me personally, because we do this based on what we like.
yeah, it's our
This is a
opinions.
5. This movie is a 5 to me. I
Nice.
really think it is a 5. It checks all the boxes. It really just goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah.
So it's a 5. I don't want to really reiterate
No,
my
you don't.
words because we tend to reiterate our thoughts on movies sometimes. I know if you watched our episodes, if you're longtime goers, are like, well, these guys keep talking about
We keep
the
saying
movie.
the same thing.
Yeah.
No, it's just because like we're processing it all through our head as we're talking about it. I give this a 4.5 out of 5. I think this is fantastic. I think that I wish it was a little bit more scary, and that's my like nitpick. But like besides that, great reveal, great everything. So I guess it's that time, right?
It's that time. We have fun facts for the others.
Fun facts for the others. Starting with the disease the children have is an actual disease known as xeroderma pigmentosum, which is basically an extreme sensitivity to sunlight. It is a very rare, with roughly 1,000 people in the world who have it. So real disease. Sunlight. It's not the healthiest all the time.
Yes, I guess some of it for some people, vitamin D is bad.
Some of it, yes, like skin cancer is real, and the sun contributes a lot. And that explains why in the movie the curtains are all up, and then at the end or towards the end, remember when Nicole Kidman freaks out because somebody took all the curtains? Like, yeah. So, yeah. Nicole Kidman originally tried to persuade Alejandro Amenabar and the Weinstein brothers to find another actress for the part. Coming off the bright and exuberant Moulin Rouge, the actress was initially reluctant to do a film that explored such dark places. But she killed it.
She did. She did kill it. And Alejandro and Anabar. I know we're bad at names. He's excellent director in this movie. Like awesome.
In pivotal scene, Grace finds a photograph album containing pictures of people she believed to be sleeping. Miss Mills informs her they're all deceased and that people photographed the deceased in the previous 19th century. In reality, people did photograph their deceased loved ones during the late 19th century. Most were photographed lying down and as if in a deep sleep. Others would be propped up in chairs posed with favorite objects, such as children with favorite playthings, adults with books or newspapers. The reason many families did so was because that would be the only photograph they would have of the family member if they didn't, as photography was a rarity in the 19th century.
Cool. That is interesting. I like that so far. These facts all play into the story.
The movie opens with Nicole Kidman in voiceover reading a story. She begins with the words, "Now, children, are you sitting comfortably? Then I'll begin." The BBC radio program Listen with Mother, broadcast in the UK between 1950 and 1982, always began, "Are you sitting comfortably? Then I'll begin."
Nice.
Executive produced by ex-husband Tom Cruise. This marked the last collaboration between him and Nicole Kidman prior to their divorce.
Oh, damn.
Nicole Kidman pressed for the hiring of Eric Sykes as Edmund Tuttle, as she and her then husband Tom Cruise had twice been hugely impressed by his theatric work. Sykes was equally effusive in his appreciation of Kidman and her work. So they really liked him. They put him in the film.
No, he did really well as the caretaker.
Nicole Kidman. These are all Nicole Kidman facts, by the way.
Well, most of this film is Nicole Kidman.
Yeah, Nicole Kidman actually quit during rehearsals as playing Grace gave her nightmares. At one point, I didn't want to make the film because I couldn't even go there emotionally, she said.
Oh, damn.
Damn.
She couldn't get into character then, huh?
She got too into character.
Oh.
The film earned more than $200 million, making it one of the highest grossing horror movies of all time.
Nice. This is a sleeper movie.
It's a sleeper movie. Nobody talks about this movie.
No, I gladly enjoyed watching this. This was good.
Let's see. The script was written by Alejandro Amenabar in Spanish and then translated into English.
He wrote a good script.
And
then he directed it too.
Yeah.
Sweet.
And last but not least, though not an adaptation of Henry James' novel The Turn of the Screw, this film borrows from the famous ghost stories themes, and its title seems to be a reference to the novella's referencing of the servant apparitions as the others.
Nice.
So there you go. And that is going to be it for the fun facts for this one. Thank you for tuning in to day 5 of our 31 Days of Halloween. Thank you so much, and we will catch you. Go follow us on all of our socials, Instagram, TikTok, etc. Love to be a part of the community. Join in there at the patreon.com/thecalvincam. Would love to interact with you and have you there. So we'll see you tomorrow.
Oh, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button as well if you want.
Do it.